Okay, so well, I better not run because the camera's going to jump around. So I'm on Lakeshore Road and I'm heading out. There's the city off in the distance. I don't know if you can see that. So I'll be running past the city out to the west end. So over there in the background is the old hydro building. I don't know if it was natural gas or coal that they burned, but this thing's been out of operation for years, decades now. Look at that stack. So what I wanted to show you here, I'm on the bike path that leads to Cherry Beach. And right here we have a wild apple tree. So let's get a closer look here at, there we go. Can you see those apples there? So they're small and they look pretty good now, but as they mature, they'll start to attract the worms and insects and they'll get a lot of blemishes, but still they're edible. You just got to kind of work around it. In fact, they're very tasty and highly nutritious. I brought my kids out here the other summer and there's about half a dozen of these apple trees actually in this area. And it's amazing, people just ignore it. They're not even aware of it. But being the frugivore that I am, I pick up on this stuff immediately when I see edible fruits growing. So yeah, I brought my kids out and with some bags, and we bagged a bunch of apples, brought them back home, made some apple pie for the kids, and I ate most of them raw. They're really good. So there you go, superfood for free. So here's the path, and this is where I'll be running down. I'd like to be able to video. See, when I run, as you can see, I can't keep my camera steady, so I'm gonna have to shut it off because it's pointless to try to get some footage with all that bouncing around. I'll see you in a little while. So here's a memorial to Leanne Freeman. 2011, her body was found here on the side of the road with a gunshot to the back of the head. That's a faded picture of her right there. Apparently she was a runaway, got in with the wrong crowd, but somebody obviously cares a lot about her. They keep this memorial going now since 2011. So, tragic ending. A life ended too short, and what can I say, you know, if you're living at home and you're young and you're thinking of running away, think twice, man. Think twice. Rest in peace. So I'm on a trail right now, and there's dense growth everywhere. It's really interesting when you run by this area in the early spring. It's like everything's bare and brown, and then now there's growth everywhere. And listen to the birds in the background. Life. And a siren. Did I hear a siren? No, it stopped. Yeah, I'm in the city. It's hard to believe, eh? You know, just not too far away from me are tall buildings and traffic, and you know, Toronto's a great place. Did I ever tell you that? Toronto's a great place. A great place to get an abundance of, hey, how's it going? To get an abundance of fruits and vegetables, and just to be able to go into areas like this. It's beautiful. I'm going to get back on the main trail and start running again. I've reached Cherry Beach. This is just one of the many beaches in Toronto. One of the less popular ones, actually. You know, it's not as crowded as like Woodbine Beach, for example, or Q Beach, or Balmy Beach. But it's a nice area, and that strip of land across the water there is actually it's called the Leslie Spit, and it was built from landfill. It's man-made, and it's just all the clean fill that was dug up throughout the city, construction waste, all that stuff has been dumped there, and then over time nature just took its role, and it's actually a popular area for birds to migrate, and there's a lot of bird watchers that go out there with their binoculars and fancy cameras just to film the birds. It's also an amazing strip to run on as well, because there's no traffic allowed on that strip. So, but you're only allowed to go there on the weekends because it's used by the city and construction during the weekdays. So I'm going to continue my run, see where it takes me. So right here we have Redpath Sugar. This is where all the sugar cane comes in on a big ship like this one here. It's huge. And then it gets processed in this building, turned into refined sugar. So Redpath has a sign there, natural cane sugar. They're trying to improve their image because sugar has been getting a bad rap as being the cause of a lot of dietary issues like obesity. Unfortunately, the studies are skewed. They don't take into consideration fat consumption along with refined sugar. Okay, back to my run. Here's the city, getting closer. So I'm now in the city, as you can see, and I'm in a construction maze on Harbourfront. This has been going on for quite a while now. It's a real pain in the ass. Well, I got to go this way. But it's going to be beautiful when it's all done, I guess. I guess they want to get it done for the Pan Am Games next year. Go down here. So I got to get through this maze and I'll see you on the other side. So I just stopped at this fruit market here for a banana break. Gonna smack down some carbs. 5 bananas here. They could have been a little bit riper than this. Actually, for a lot of people that would be considered too ripe, but this will do. Give me about 500 calories to carry on my run. So I'm almost done my bananas. This is my 5th one. And I'll be back to running. I'm out on the west end of Toronto now, and so now I'm going to work my way out of the big city and see where it takes me. I'll be running along the lake shore, and there'll be some nice beaches out in that area too. Yeah, it's been a great run. Beautiful day, nice breeze in the air. Could be a little warmer though. I like the heat. I like running in the heat. But this is, no complaints. This is good. They were calling for rain today, but I don't see it. Maybe later on this afternoon it'll come. So just having a blast. Carved up and ready to rock and roll, man. Run until I can't move my legs anymore. Take care. So I'm out in the Etobicoke area, well west of downtown Toronto, and there's the city looking at it from the west end. So I've covered just over half a marathon, and I think I'll start running back now. Canadian geese feeding. These guys don't even migrate to the south anymore because they have it so good in the city. Although I think last winter would have been pretty cold for them. But the city geese can be pretty aggressive. I've actually been attacked by one when I was running. It was a mother goose, and I guess I got near its nest and it did a kamikaze towards my head, knocked me to the ground, flew about 50 feet ahead of me, and started to do another kamikaze towards me. Tried to knock me down, flew another 50 feet ahead of me, and that's when I decided to go on the offense. I started running towards the goose, barking like a dog, and he or she could see that I was pretty pissed at that point and just flew away. So that was my close encounter with a Canadian goose. See, I'm only like a few feet from these guys. They don't care, you know. They know that they can't be touched. They're protected here. If this was out in Browns Mills, New Jersey, they'd be dinner. So I'm just by Exhibition Place, I mean, not stadium. And I was getting really thirsty, and this hot dog stand sells fresh squeezed orange juice and lemonade. So I bought myself a large cup of squeezed orange juice, just what I needed. I'm about almost 29K into my run. I hope you enjoyed my running adventure through Toronto today. I did about 43 kilometers, just a little over 43 kilometers. Time-wise, it was a long run, you know, it was over 5 hours, but I wasn't trying to beat any record or anything like that. It was simply a pleasure run, and I made a lot of stops to take videos, and I stopped to buy bananas and the orange juice, and so, you know, it wasn't a competitive style run. It was just kind of, you know, sometimes you just got to run for its own sake and enjoy the day and notice all the wonderful things around you. So now I'm home, I've had dinner, and I'm just sitting here relaxing. So if you liked my running adventure today, then give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, or leave a comment if you have anything to say. I'd love to hear from you. Take care.